So, welcome to Mindfulness at VSAC, a time just for you to take some time to be with yourself in a compassionate way, as much as possible. That's not a bar you have to pass in order to be here. But it's something I'll invite is for this to be as compassionate for yourself as possible. Uh, it's also a time to maybe have a chance to maybe break habits of the mind running from one thing to another. And again, that's something that might take some time to shift, but just to invite that as a possibility. And so mindfulness is really about bringing your awareness again and again back to something that's relatively neutral, um, ideally something that can contribute to your nervous system feeling settled and easeful. And in a way, that's really it. It's so simple, right? Like your mind's going to go off and think about things the way it normally does, based on the habit patterns of the past and the content of today and the last few days or whatever's going on for you in your life. And the brain will have a tendency to go and think about those things. And that might stimulate feelings and emotions inside you. And then those can kind of feed each other. Mindfulness is really just taking, a chunk of time where you're choosing to we're not condemning that cycle, but we're choosing to practice a different cycle so that your mind and your heart and your nervous system can get a little bit of a break. And so that habit pattern is going to continue, and then we're just going to keep coming back, coming back, coming back with our awareness to something that feels neutral or easeful for you. And so the suggestion is the breath. And if the breath feels tense, often if there's tension, there can be tension in the chest. And so if you're noticing the breath in the chest and that's just making you notice it, like how tense you are, I suggest bringing your awareness down to the belly. And you can even put a hand on your belly to feel the breath coming in and out and see if you can let the belly relax into your hand and see if you can let that belly expand as much. See how far it can expand when you breathe in. And just notice how it like, maybe contracts a bit as you breathe out. And breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, all at your own pace. It doesn't have to match my voice. Breathing out, continuing to keep your awareness at the belly. And see if you can invite some gentleness into the belly, some relaxation. Just feeling the breath coming and going. Sitting still um, is too slow for your nervous system. In other words, if sitting still brings anxiousness, anxiety, and sort of restlessness in the body that doesn't settle after spending some time relaxing your belly and noticing your breathing there. It's okay to stand up, maybe walk back and forth, or to engage in some movement activity that you do, if whether it's qigong or yoga or holding a fidget or weighted blanket, whatever brings you comfort, whatever helps your nervous system settle. If you do bring in movement of some kind, the invitation would be to be as mindful as you can of the sensations that are involved in whatever movement you're engaging in. And in particular, I would invite you to notice the way in which that movement soothes you and to really engage with that soothing. So rather than having that movement kind of be in the background, bring it into the foreground of your mind and noticing how it soothes you. So that could just be the movement of the belly and the breath if sitting still is fine for you. If you need more movement like stretching or walking or fidgeting with your hands, then letting that movement and the way that it soothes you be the focus that you come back to when your mind wanders. And so the dynamic of mindfulness is that we choose something to bring our attention back to or place our attention on. Ideally, something soothing, possible, or something neutral at least. And then our mind will wander. And then when we notice the mind wandering, going off on other topics, just gently, ever so gently, almost making a game to see how gently we can bring the mind kind of rest it back on our chosen focus, our chosen anchor. And if you forget what your anchor is, you can always just come back to the breath. Noticing the breath come and go. The breath energy can show up in other parts of the body, even if the breath doesn't physically go there. However you think about that, it could be natural to you. That may make sense. If not, you could think of it as the nourishing energy that comes into your body as a result of the breath. Maybe just the noticing those feelings of nourishment and maybe the feelings of relaxation or ease that it can bring. And it can just be thinking about and noticing different parts of the body and seeing if you can allow that refreshing feeling to come into, say, your hands or your feet or some other part of your body. So that as you breathe and you pay attention to your breathing, the ease and the nourishment that comes with that starts to spread outward to all the way out to your hands and your feet, bringing some ease and nourishment and relaxation to every part of the body along the way, all the way down the shoulders, down the arms, down the torso and the pelvis and the legs, all the way down out through the ankle and out the toes, all the way down through the arms, through the wrists, the hands, and out the fingers. See if you can allow these areas to relax a little bit with each out breath. Maybe feel slightly vitalized or revitalized by each in breath. Breathing in vitality and energy. Breathing out, relaxing all the muscles. Letting your mind connect as gently and as caringly as you can with the breath, and with the sensations of your hands and your feet, and allowing the vitality of the breath, energy to nourish your whole body, allowing the rhythm of the breath to relax your whole body. Coming back to the belly, just noticing how things are there right now. And as you notice the sensations in the belly, is there any shift you can make that will allow the belly to relax just a little bit more? That will allow the hands to relax even more. Letting your breath shift and change in response to what helps your whole body relax as much as it's possible, knowing that there may be limits to how much relaxation there can be. Just bringing kindness to those limits in this moment, just accepting this is how my body is right now. I care about my body. I care about my experience. May I be at ease with my experience in this moment, with how I am, just as I am right now. While at the same time inviting kindness and compassion for anything you might be struggling with. I care about my struggles. May I find ease with my struggles. May I find support and resolution. And until then, may I find ease with how this feels right now. May I not add any additional stress. Coming back again and again to cultivate as much gentleness as is possible in this moment, even if that isn't as much as you want or hope for. Knowing that this is an exercise that strengthens your compassion for yourself and potentially for others. By being willing to be with what's here in terms of sensations, while also holding whatever caring and generosity towards ourself, towards yourself that you can muster. Orienting towards yourself with kindness. And if you struggle to feel worthy of kindness in any way, if there are messages in your mind getting in the way, just notice that. See if you can put it into a sentence. And then just see Hmm. Is there any evidence against this idea, this so-called reason that I feel unworthy of care? Is it actually helpful to believe that I don't deserve kindness? Does that actually help anything? Could it be possible that just letting in kindness, choosing to believe we deserve safety, kindness, ease, could it be that that actually serves us in the best way and allows us to be more open, more generous, more loving in the world? And ultimately, more aware of our own needs, our own boundaries, being aware of our own needs in this moment with kindness through awareness of the sensations that are going on inside. This is actually where we get most of the information about how we're doing and what we need. And when we take care of this, our nervous system starts to settle more and more, become less and less reactive. And that ease spreads to everyone around us in subtle or not so subtle ways. That they may or may not notice consciously, but will tend to affect their nervous system in a positive way. And so this isn't just bringing ease to ourselves, it's actually bringing ease to the people we come into contact with in the world. So it is a gift in all directions. So as we come to the last couple of minutes, just reflecting on how your mind and your nervous system, your body were today, and see if you can Be kind to yourself, however this session went, regardless of how little or how much you felt you were able to bring your awareness, regardless of how much you were able to settle. See if you can offer some gratitude to yourself for having the intention and making the effort to show up and to be here for whatever was here today. Maybe taking a couple of deeper breaths. When you're ready, opening your eyes and just gently looking around, maybe the lowered gaze at first, taking in the room a little at a time, whatever feels right for you. As you start to move back into space and time, that's about whatever's coming next in your day. I want to thank you for joining me today and for giving yourself this time. I, uh, I so appreciate you for making the effort on your own behalf because I trust the value of this kind of time, what it does for the world. So may you continue to feel any ease that came up today, any peace, may that continue with you. And I hope you find other times in the coming days um, to take time for yourself in a way that you find nourishing. Thanks for joining.